Greetings, wise ones. This is Melissa from 8th House Wisdom at 8thhousewisdom.com. I am back with my third installment of the 11 Forgotten Laws or the Universal Laws. This is the video for the month of March, and it is on the law of attraction. If you all would have told me a month ago that I'd be making a video about the law of attraction from my home where I'm being quarantined, I might have thought, that kind of sounds like bull. A little bit like bullshit. But here we are. The climate and the pitch of this virus moved so quickly across the globe that most of us are finding ourselves with a lot of free time. For some of us, like myself, who work from home, it's wonderful. And for other people who are unable to go to jobs, are contractors, you're freaking out. And I totally get it. There are people who are in some significant financial difficulties right now because, let's be realistic, most of America, most people in general, despite what they tell you, can't just afford to involuntarily take 2 weeks off of work and make it work. When it comes to food or gas or things of that nature, I mean, certainly things have been eliminated, but this is a really big imposition. And so regardless of what you think about our country's current leadership right now, I am glad that corporations are banding together at this time to provide a bit of relief because this is unprecedented. This many people out of work, this many people not knowing where their finances are coming from. We have a stimulus package that looks like it may be on its way. So there's a lot of relief, hopefully, and a little light at the end of the tunnel for people. But this is a really good time to talk about the law of attraction, particularly because being at home and inundated by news reports on statistics for the virus and frequent displays of thoughts of lack and scarcity as people are beating the shit out of each other for toilet paper and other items that you only need a few of, but not in spades, the way they say. It really does something to you on an emotional level, but also on a vibrational level and on an attractive level, which, is what we're talking about when we talk about dealing with, in particular, the law of attraction. This was one of the immediate videos where I go, most people who are familiar with universal law in general, they know, or they think they know, about what the law of attraction is. They know that if you think good thoughts, then good things come to you. And if you think bad thoughts, then those will come as well because we're busy attracting. So I just want to worry about and think about good thoughts because I want good things. But then a lot of people begin to start putting that practice into action and wonder why they're not getting the results that so many people end up talking about experiencing when they put this law into work in their life. So this video is really going to talk about that in particular, like what happens and why I've been over here busy thinking good thoughts and instead I still only have doom or gloom. So right now I'm just going to read what the law of attraction information says from Proctor Gallagher. And again, this is Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher's organization. It's where I've done coaching, and Bob Proctor is a leader in talking about the universal laws. So it says the law of attraction: what we focus on, we will attract. Everything we experience in our life is dictated by our own mind. It is important to just focus on thinking about what you want and getting emotionally involved to attract it into your life. So, in that description of the law of attraction, that is actually where those hidden blocks, or I guess for lack of a better word, experiences of undesired attraction happen. If you don't clear out the negative shit that you have going on in your life or in your mind, because it may not be visible to people on your face, and it's not maybe not something that you say a lot, but if you are putting on a positive front about light and love and joy and happiness, but inside feel panic and terror and worry about debt, about loss, about uncertainty, right now about I'm stuck in my house, I feel crazy, I can't stand this quarantine, they keep talking about this virus, and you're actually spending more time focused on I got to prevent myself from getting it, and everybody's getting it, so I have to do all of these measures. That's actually where your body, your mind, your nervous system, your energy, that's where you end up being emotionally involved. More so in thoughts of lack, thoughts of worry, thoughts of what you don't want. And then that actually becomes the place from which you attract. It doesn't matter how many affirmations you're saying or how often you're having these positive thoughts that you say out loud. Universe knows, vibration knows. It knows that you may make a concerted effort to say your affirmations for 10 minutes a day, twice a day. But for the remaining 12 hours that you are awake, there is a constant negative loop that's going over and over again in your head about, but nobody better cough on me. Why are you touching your face? And where are your gloves? And all of those are like controlling thoughts that are based in the idea of this virus is getting everybody. Maybe it's going to get me. And don't get me wrong here. I am not suggesting that there's something wrong with worry. There's absolutely nothing wrong with worry. The initial pieces of fear. Now, worry is something where you end up perseverating. But the initial pieces of fear that we're all experiencing as a result of hearing this information are natural and human. And I am not suggesting that you stick your head in the sand and become completely oblivious to what is going on around you, because some level of knowledge is about what's happening in the outside world is necessary in order to stay as vigilant as possible, and to maintain your health. But constantly being focused on that after you've taken the necessary steps and precautions, after reading a little bit and informing yourself, that's when you have to release, trust that things are going to be okay, and really intently place your thoughts and your actions in a space of positivity. Now, that can be easier said than done. It's one of the reasons why in some of my other videos, I have talked about tapping. I've even done another tapping video particularly about anxiety related to the coronavirus, because I think it's really important for people to be able to go in and clear the stuck energy and stuck feelings related to something like this that is completely unprecedented, so that you get on the right side of the law of attraction. Because as people are at home and their activities are shifted, and it's hard to keep up with your normal day, or maybe you are blessed to work from home, but you didn't anticipate having to work from home with your children, so you've got a high powered or complex job and you're trying to do that via teleconferencing or telephone while you have children who are acting like it would be on a Saturday or Sunday and interrupting you and poking you and asking you for things, and you're just, you know, you're out of sorts. You know, I don't want to make people think that that's not something to have emotions about. But what we have to start learning how to do is to clear those emotions as they come up. Clear them from our nervous system, clear them from our pain body, so that we can activate all the stuff that they talk about in that movie, The Secret, which is pretty much about the law of attraction and not the other laws that are involved. To be a clear conduit for attracting and receiving positive information and positive blessings and all the rest of that kind of stuff, you got to clean up your vibration. You got to make sure that you're in a good space. So, yeah, that's really what I'm thinking about, and that's really what I'm wanting to offer in this particular period of time as we're thinking about and dealing with a global pandemic and the law of attraction. And I say all this because stress lowers your immune function, and because I know that there are a lot of people who are having repetitive and perseverative thoughts. I mean, over and over again about the Rona and Corona and how it's going to get you. And I'm here to remind you, if you take nothing else from this video, is that those thoughts, as you're vividly playing in your mind what would happen if you got it and what would go on, are a point of attraction. So if you really don't want it, I want you to spend equally the amount of time focusing on your wellness, about being safe, about being protected, about it not touching you. And if you feel too emotionally overwhelmed to do that, tap it out. I think we're going to need to do a lot of that as we are looking at potentially a whole nother month for some of us of these kinds of restrictions until we can get to that point. And I really want you to be able to shift your energy and work with the universal laws and co-create your desired reality and attract your desired reality, not your worst nightmare. So, until the next video, sending you all a lot of light and love. Namaste.